Hey y'all, it's Loren LoRosa from The Breakfast Club. Sorry to interrupt, but y'all know how I do. So I'm here to talk about Top Dog Law. Y'all hear Top Dog Law all over your radio, and I know by now that if you want top dollar, you should also know this. You gotta call Top Dog Law if it's about your car accident. Don't let these little family lawyers finesse you into a little check. Shouldn't nothing be little this season. Remember, for any serious accident, injury case, Top Dog Law gets you top dollar. So make sure you call today to find out what your car accident, your slip and fall, or your construction accident case could really be worth. And calling Top Dog Law is completely free also. It's free for a consultation. Call Top Dog Law today to see if your case is eligible for compensation with no money down. So make sure y'all go holla at my dogs, no pun intended, over at Top Dog Law. That's Top Dog Law on Instagram and topdoglaw.com. Now, let's get back to The Breakfast Club.
Wake that ass up
early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Are we there again?
Didn't the trucker tell you stop playing that record so much? And you didn't have the new Clips record? This is disgusting.
First of all, I have to say this again. I do not pick the records that play in the morning.
So why's your name DJ Envy?
I only play the records in the mix. So
why's
that's
your
in
name
my
DJ Envy?
Serato. My
What mix?
Serato is not connected to this right now.
You do a mix?
9 o'clock, I do a mix.
Really?
I'm telling you.
This guy's playing with me.
Yo, because you are a DJ, everybody think you're responsible for every single song we play during the show.
It's true though.
They sent me Clips record 9 times this morning because he said I didn't
have
have it. Because he said I didn't have it. I have it.
Let's see if it plays after this then. Let's go.
Play after what?
The latest with Lauren.
Oh my goodness.
So yesterday in court, witness Mia, who is the former personal assistant of Diddy, that alleged that she was raped three times, she talked about in court, but more than 3 times, and that she was like physically assaulted at work and all of these things, was on the stand. Brian Steele, Young Thug's attorney, was doing her cross, which is where, you know, he's questioning her from Diddy's side of it, right? Complete pit bull. When I tell you, he went at her, like straight at her. He called her, you know, sexual assault claims a Me Too money grab. He told her she was a liar while on the stand, to the point where the judge had to stop the back and forth questioning, and they had to have a sidebar conversation. They came back and was like, listen, the way that you are having a conversation with her, it's hostile. Like it's too much.
Way
like
too aggressive.
Yeah, and your tone, and it's humiliating, and the judge gave him a talking to. He came back and still was on his best BS though. Like, I'm not gonna lie,
like I said,
100%. Everything was being objective, but he still kept going. And
Did it look like it helped or it hurt?
At first, I thought it was hurting because she's up there talking about she can't remember certain things when it comes to her sexual assault, or she doesn't know why she kept reaching back out to Diddy via text and different things after she was no longer an employee with him, and after she received a settlement, after they decided to go split ways as an employee, because of mental health. Like, she was blaming a lot of things on mental health, not blaming, but she was referring to her mental health and her conditions and not really understanding herself why she was still in such a hold. And I'm like, yo, he's being so aggressive. But then I'm watching it and I'm like, wait, if all you got is like her account of things, because there's no text messages or no emails, there's no anything written where she's telling a friend about the alleged events, not even just sexual assault, but like having to get on a boat and paddle away from Diddy and in the water at one point.
Where the hell was they at?
So last week she talked about that, like having to get on, it wasn't a boat, she said it was like a what's those little boards, like a
canoe,
a paddle board?
Yeah, something paddleboard. She said she had to get on a paddleboard at one point to get away from him during like one of his like alleged like crazy
yacht parties or something.
Yeah, and then the Prince party incident, that alleged incident when Diddy came out and was trying to drag her and Cassie back into the party because he was mad she was there. The Brian Steele was like, so all of these things happen, right? These big events. There's no photo, there's no video, and you used to document everything for Diddy. You didn't text a friend, you never emailed anybody. There's nothing written and solid. And I'm like, okay, so now you just gotta hang on what she's saying, and it's like, do you believe her or not? But she's very timid, and Brian Steele was like, nope, that's a lie. Nope, that's a lie. And I'm like, well, if I'm a juror, now you got to believe him or her. And he is bringing these things around full circle. So I have a friend that was actually in the court, because I was in the overflow room, in the actual court where you could see the jurors, who said that the jurors were reacting to the questioning, the line of questioning, like openly reacting. Like they would, you know, when she couldn't answer certain questions, it's like, okay, wait. Like, they're not saying it, but you can see in facial expressions and things like that they were like, oh wow, okay, what's happening? Because that's how we all felt in the overflow room. Like, wow, Brian Steele is destroying her right now. So I thought it was kind of effective, but up next on the stand, you have a video expert who's going to talk about that video from the Intercontinental Hotel, because Diddy's team is saying that video was like sped up. You have a witness, Jane Doe, who's also going to speak to some allegations as well. But at this point, again, I really think that it's time for Diddy's team to, like, the government to rest, Diddy's team to come up and bring their witnesses on, because
do we know who Diddy's witnesses are?
No, and I've been trying to figure that out. Who? How? Who's going to get on that stand? Because
have they said if Diddy's going to get on the stand?
They have not said.
He should. I think Diddy should get on the stand, and Diddy should be the defense's #1 witness. Diddy should get on the stand and basically throw himself at the mercy of the court. He should just be honest about everything that has happened in his life from day one. They should basically just lay out a bio for Diddy, from the time he lost his father to losing his best friends like Wolf and Biggie and Kim Porter and Andre Harrell. Just lay it all out. Just lay out a story of trauma and sadness and how he turned to drugs.
Be honest about the
alcohol.
Abuse. Be honest about the alcohol.
Everything. Like he should just get on the stand and just lay it all out. Just throw yourself on the mercy of the court.
Well,
face down, ass up.
I knew that was coming out. I was like, come on, bring it on.
Well,
lay yourself out, spread them, and just.
Yes, seriously, I'm not even joking. No, he should be he should be the star witness for the defense, and he should just go out there and just throw himself on the mercy of the court. Talk about all the tragedy, all the trauma he's been through, how he had to turn to drugs and alcohol and everything else, and he was wilding.
Well, he gonna do something, because they bringing in so much different stuff. Homegirl brought up R. Kelly. She said she had
R. Kelly.
I saw that. I saw something.
Yo, it was crazy. After talking about, because she alleged she had been raped and all these things, and Brian Steele's like, wait, but all these years later, you're texting Diddy talking about you had a dream about R. Kelly, that you was in an elevator, and that he saved you from R. Kelly allegedly. Why would you text someone who you're saying raped you about saving you from another person? And it's like,
Kelly probably like, I ain't never even meet you. How he save you from me?
Well, it was a dream.
Yeah, it was a dream. It was a dream. But there are psychologists who've been breaking this down and said that that's like, that can be like her innermost thoughts, and I don't know.
Right.
It's a lot. But real quick, as we wrap up, I know we got the Clips record now?
Yes, I have. I always had the Clips record.
Double check.
I always had the Clips record.
I had to double check. We talked about earlier in the last hour, the latest, the Clips sat down with GQ magazine and talked about, a ton of different things. We didn't mention the Kanye stuff that they spoke about, and Pusha T seemed really heartbroken in the article, talking about splitting ways with Kanye and where they are now, and saying that they good. It's not going. It ain't there for him no more. And you don't even look at Kanye as a man. But I say all that to say, please go read that article, and now we have the music.
I always had the Clips record. It was in my Serato. It just wasn't in the station's
computer. Could you shut up
computer.
and play it so we can have time to hear it?
No.
Before Donkey of the Day?
Before we do, we got to tease Doggy. Who you giving your donkey to?
Before after the hour, we need the acting head of FEMA to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him. Now play the new Clips record.
Now we're going to play top of the hour, then we'll play it, and then Donkey.
Okay.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Yeah.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.